So I'm about to go in and see the movie Smile. Honestly, the trailers have put out sort of generic style horror movies, but I don't think, to my knowledge, I have not seen a horror movie this year. So I'll let you know what I thought about it when I get out. Hi, my name is Ethan and I talk about a bunch of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of the movie Smile. Click that like button, be sure to subscribe. I have more content like this on my channel. I really want to get straight into it because I am filming this early in the morning, looking at the clock up there. And so let's just get started talking about it with the good. And this movie, keep in mind, I expected it to be this generic, familiar horror movie. The smiling effect we've seen in movies before while killing people, we've seen these types of movies before. So I wasn't really expecting much from this movie. And my first awareness of it was when I saw Top Gun Maverick. They released this 30-second preview with it, and my first comment was, that looks stupid. But the movie was better than I initially expected it to be. This is a film that actually, the trailers did a very bad job of describing what this movie would be, because it's actually a very solid, very good horror movie. A big part of that is because it has this creepy, disturbing atmosphere all around when you once you start the movie from once to finish. It all has this creepy tone that it just really feels like unnerving. Like you're at the edge of your seat every time. You're probably covering your ears, waiting for a jump scare. And sometimes when it's eerie and it waits for a jump scare, sometimes it's fine. Sometimes nothing happens. And that was a great element to its unnerving tone, is that everything was taken like that. Elements of what are reality and what is a fantasy are present in this movie, like what's real, what's not. And you can't tell because it's telling from the perspective of the lead character who is experiencing strange things. She can't tell what's going on, and so us as the audience can't tell what's going on along with her. That was a nice element to the movie because it's told from the viewpoint. It's more of sort of a mystery horror movie where you're trying to figure out how to break this curse, how to solve this. Like, it plays out sort of like a mystery in that way, and I thought that was really cool. And the mystery itself was really intriguing because you're wondering where it's going to go next. You're wondering how she's going to survive. You're wondering all these things, and like who is the next person? Like, you're wondering all that because it builds a amount of intrigue and it has an eerie tone. And our lead character is not just a generic lead character, not like generic sort of horror movie character. She's actually given layers to her backstory about things in her life that she could not let go of as a grown-up. And so that was just a nice thing to put in the movie, because you would expect them to be just bottom of the barrel, generic lead characters. As a matter of fact, this movie has more extreme amounts of tension, and when they have that, it is able to sort of pay off at the end. And I think that since it does, you're entertained by it. There are effective scares in the movie. As, like I said, sometimes it's fine, but sometimes it does jump scare you. And I think each horror movie has used jump scares, but I think this is one that has used them very well. And so, all in all, I thought the goods of this movie were very good and rounded up really well. But there are some problems with this movie. Now let's move on to the bad. And the big problem with this movie is that it feels a bit too familiar. It feels like it's following this little trope that horror movies play, where somebody dies near the beginning, then supernatural things start to happen to the lead. And I just thought that was a pretty generic way to take this movie. And the movie itself feels a bit incomplete. It feels like it starts off pretty well. You move through it, and then it ends, but it feels like one single ending to multiple endings that would have been more interesting. And I don't think the ending to this movie is very proper, because it's just another one of these in this mystery. It's just another one of these, and I don't want to go too much into spoilers, but you'll know what I mean if you see the movie. If you've seen the movie. And finally, in the bad, there are just too many questionable things in this film. I understand you're supposed to be asking questions throughout it, but I think it just takes away a bit too much credibility, and it's just, there's some things that it pops at questions like, how did all of this begin? Like, why is it doing it in this specific way? You know, stuff like that, and it doesn't answer those. And that's really the problem, is because each horror movie has this explanation to why things are happening, and this one just doesn't have that. But this is a movie that, while I have some big problems with, I still enjoyed. If you're a horror movie fan, I would recommend go seeing this one in the theater. I would give this one a B. If you, like I said, go to the theater, see it if you're a horror fan. Down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Smile. Over on my channel, I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.